Hey everybody, Mark from Rocelco here. Today I have the Rocelco DM2 dual monitor arm, and I'm going to do an assembly with the desk clamp option as well as the grommet mount option. Let's take the parts out of the box. So first you'll have your bottom desk clamp portion. Your top desk clamp portion. The mounting pole. Hardware kit. Dual monitor arms. Monitor interfaces. And your grommet mount option, and we'll come back to this part. Using the small Allen key in part E, you want to remove the 3 screws at the bottom of the mounting pole. You want to take the top portion of the desk clamp and line the 3 holes up with the 3 holes on the bottom of the mounting pole. And replace the screws. I would suggest just putting the screws in snug, and then we'll tighten them up fully after we have everything in place. Now with the 2 screws, part A, we want to attach the bottom part of the desk clamp, also using the larger Allen key part E. Now there's various holes here depending on the thickness of the surface you're mounting to. I'm just going to mount to the top 2. The bottom part of the desk clamp goes on the inside of the top portion of the desk clamp, and then the screws go in the back. This will allow you to mount to surfaces up to 3.5 inches in thickness. Again, I would just put them in snug by hand and then tighten up fully with the Allen key. Now this will allow you to clamp the pole onto the desk, and then we can add the monitor arms and the interfaces and monitors. So I'm just going to put it on the edge of the desk here. Tighten it with the thumb wheel till it's secure. Once you got that in place, we're going to add the monitor arms. Now when you put the monitor arms in place, put it so the screws on top are facing up, as well as the screws all along the arms. You want them all facing up. Now this just slides onto the pole. You can place it anywhere along the height, depending on one's optimal viewing. Tighten that screw up with the large Allen key to secure it to the pole. Next, we want to attach the interfaces to the back of the monitors. We want to mount it in such a way so the hole on the top of the interface is on the top side of the monitor, because that is what is going to slide into place over this screw and secure it. Now the screws, the mounting screws for the monitor, there's a couple different sizes here. Will depend on if your mounting pattern is recessed or if it's just flat on the back of the monitor. If it is recessed, there's a bunch of plastic spacers here to give you proper clearance and allow you to put those screws in place. The monitors I have here the mounting patterns are just flat on the back, so I'll just need the small screws without any spacers required. So I'll take the large screws, I'll get rid of them so I don't get them mixed up. And I'll thread these into the back of the monitor with the mounting plate in place, again with the hole closest to the top of the monitor. Again, I would just put these in hand tight. You'll need a Phillips screwdriver to secure them once you've got them hand tightened. Now, we don't want to force them. They should just go in easy, and don't over tighten them. You might damage your monitors. We just put them snug. And again, on the other monitor as well. Rocelco DM2 monitor arm will accommodate screens up to 27 inches with mounting patterns of 75 by 75 millimeters or 100 by 100 millimeters. For our application here, our monitors have 100 by 100 millimeter mounting pattern. We got the interfaces in place. We just want to remove the top nut here on the top portion of the arm. Take the little nut off the top, and the interface on the back of the monitor will slide down onto the portion of the monitor arm with the screw coming through the top hole on the interface. Once that's in place, you can put the nut back on. Repeat the same on the other side. Now there's a little Allen screw hole on top of that adjustment we just mounted onto. That will allow you to level the screens after post-install. If they're not at the exact same height, it might require a small adjustment just to raise them up, lower them down for ideal placement. The monitor arms allow 45-degree tilt at the screen. If you find that it's loose and it's not staying in place, again, there's an Allen screw just on the side, and you can tighten that and it will lock it in place. It also pivots 360 at the screen, as well as 180 halfway down the arm, and then again at the pole. So there's a lot of flexibility in regards to which way you can direct the screens. If you want to butt them up against each other, if you got a tight space, they can also turn 360 depending if you're viewing in landscape or portrait. So that's how you assemble the desk clamp option. Again, to any surface that is 3.5 inches thick. So I'm going to take this apart and we're going to demonstrate how to mount it using the grommet mount option, which is needed on all Rocelco desk risers. So here I have the Rocelco EADR. This is our 32-inch desk riser with a grommet hole. And we're going to switch from the desk clamp option to the grommet mount option. Now you must use the grommet mount option when mounting to the Rocelco desk riser. If you use the desk clamp option on the end of it, it will not allow you to lower the desk riser fully. The thumb wheel will prevent you from doing so. So first we're going to remove the desk clamp. You're going to need the small Allen key again, and we're going to remove the 3 screws here to remove the top portion of the desk clamp. Now that we've got that removed and we've got the pole on its own again, you're going to use the grommet mount desk clamp option, and we're going to line the 3 holes up again And we're going to put the 3 screws back in to attach this plate. Next step, we want to remove this thumb wheel from this portion of the desk clamp. So you're going to need a Phillips screwdriver. And we're going to have to take that top screw out. You want to remove that part. And you're going to want to remove the thumb wheel altogether from the desk clamp. Now you need part B in the hardware, the larger part of the grommet mount, and that's just going to slide down onto the thumb wheel. Now when you're mounting to the Rocelco desk risers, the plastic inserts need to be removed. Otherwise it's not going to let the clamp attach level, and it might be a little off balance. So remove those plastic pieces. I'm going to raise this desk riser up just so I can access underneath easier. I'm going to face the arms this way, and again make sure that the screws and the nut here are always facing up. So now that you have that piece on the thumb wheel, you're going to go thread up from below into the pole. If that frame of the unit gets in the way, just put the bottom portion of the clamp a little further back, and it offers enough clearance to attach that right in place. Now that thumb wheel should go all the way in, and that will allow you to lower the unit fully when in the seated position. So again, take the nut off the top of the monitor arm and slide that back on with the monitor in place. Put the nut back on top to secure it. Once you have those two in place, and lower the desk riser completely. In the hardware kit, parts C and D are your cable management clips. We have 4 of the square or rectangular ones. Those are for the arms. And you have 1 circular cable management clip for the pole. These just clip on very easily. You want it so the bottom portion is on the bottom to run your cables through. As I said, 4 in total, 2 for each arm. And that just goes on the pole. Of course, you can move it wherever you want, based on how many cables you got. But that's the grommet mount option with our Rocelco EADR. If you have any questions or concerns, you can email myself, Mark, M-A-R-K, at Rocelco, ROCELCO.com.